My name is Brendan, and this is my life on a Saturday.
What's your favorite thing to do in your free time during the weekends?
I like to relax. I like to go on walks. I like to go down to my local supermarket, Jubilee, get some snacks, and just hang out.
How much homework would you say you have on the weekends?
Pretty decent amount. Depends on the weekend, but I usually have a good amount of homework to do before school on Monday.
What time do you usually wake up on the weekends?
I'd say usually like 11:30 to be honest.
What time do you try to wake up?
I try to wake up at 9 or 10 to get some homework done in the morning, but usually I just hear my alarm, turn it off, and sleep through it.
What time do you usually go to bed?
I'd say usually midnight, 1 in the morning around.
What time do you try to go to bed?
Try to go to bed, if I'm waking up at like 9, I try to go to bed at like 11:30 usually, but it doesn't really happen most of the time. It's my favorite snack. Loved trolleys my whole life. It's delicious.
What do you see Brendan doing on the weekends?
Brendan likes to play basketball in Riverside Park. He goes there often. Sometimes Brendan goes to the gym. Sometimes Brendan sleeps for half the day and gets up and lounges around. And sometimes Brendan does some homework.
Do the activities that Brendan does on the weekends remind you of when you were a kid?
Yes, in many ways. I think that I used to play basketball and football a lot with my friends. Definitely slept in on the weekends, always had homework on Sundays, or I watched the Giants, or I watched basketball. So all in all, I'd say, yeah, pretty similar.
When did your weekend schedule really start changing?
I think in high school when I got my driver's license, it changed a lot because I was able to do many more things that were further away. I think living in the city, though, you have access to all the subways and buses and everything, so it's less of an issue here. But definitely going to college, the transition from high school to college, you just had a lot of different experiences on the weekend, different people, different things to do. You're in a whole new environment, so that was probably the biggest change.